because you're a slave. These folks will put you in line because they tell you what to do. That's a slave.
Public for the federal government.
Be proud of that. Be proud that you're a slave. You can't even think for yourself. Are you proud of that? Huh? You can't even talk to me like a human being because they'll punish you.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Shit, we back at it again, man. It's another episode of We Killed Geppetto podcast. You know, I'm King Neil.
And I'm King Vega.
And we back at it again. This time I decided to start off, man. It's been a long time since we have did a podcast. You know, we got busy lives, man. We had a few technical difficulties. We actually did a whole podcast and didn't even know we wasn't recording.
I was recording.
I wasn't recording. I don't know what happened, but just know that, like I said before, that we're not gonna stop. You know, so it's good, bro.
Man, you just heard the clip, right? That's from the Dakota Access Pipeline. This was like a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago. We forgot to say this is December 11th, 2016. We still 2016. Jesus.
It's going by fast. It went by too fast.
Too fast? I'm ready for it to be over. I'm willing for 2017. We got a lot of shit to talk about, bro. First of all, you heard the Dakota Pipeline. I just thought that was an interesting clip, and I just knew that it was something that I wanted, our listeners to hear because of some of the things that the man said. And one thing was the whole thing about being a slave and how you can't communicate or express yourself. For those of you listening that did not see the clip, it's of a gentleman speaking to a police officer, and he's a protester, and he's pretty much letting the police officer know, who's there for most of the time silent, that speak your mind, say how you really feel, stop just doing what's being told of you to do by those of in power. And it's funny to me, and that's why I wanted you to hear it and the listeners to hear it, because I wonder how long is it going to take before police officers and first responders and the army and all the other people who may believe that they're above the commoners, as such as me and you, how long is it going to take them to really realize that they're just like us, they're on the same exact level, and that the only ones that are above anyone are those of the rich and empowered who have the ability to tell them what to do. Forever, you think? You think they're so trained, so well trained? There was another thing I wanted to show you. I'm gonna see if I can find it again. And it was interesting. It was this gentleman. He was actually a white guy, and I don't say that to be, any kind of way, but just to say that it surprised me enough. He was breaking down the whole racism thing, and then how they separated people because they realized that at one point, and this is something that I think a lot of people are going to end up realizing sooner than later, it's no longer about race. I mean, it's race. Race is definitely an issue. There's definitely people who are racist who need to be, dealt with in different ways, as far as not just killing them and nothing like that, but actually helping them to understand and break that concept of racism. But the real issue that we fail to see is classism. We're poor, rich, ain't no middle class. Let's cut that out right now. That's bullshit. That's a gray area. That's literally like saying black, white, and then all gray in between. Yes, you can have a gray in between, and everybody wants a gray in between, but in reality, there's either black or there's white. And I'm not meaning actual color. I mean there's either rich and then there's poor. You know what I'm saying? Those who can do a lot and those who can do a little. And I feel like that's the police. The police are the poor, but they have been elevated in their minds to be more because they are police. Same thing with the army guys too, who feel as if they are above the citizens that they serve.
No, that's not true, because the army guys, man, when they come back to America, they get a definite wake-up call.
No, they get a definite wake-up call in a lot of ways. I'm not saying that. I'm more or less talking about like the ones who are military successful. You know, the ones who generals and stuff like that. The ones who run around and say, "Yo, I'm gonna send." The ones who go to the president's office and says, "Let's sacrifice 50,000 soldiers over here." You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that have not realized that just because they believe they are something more, that they aren't really something more. But anyway, that was brief that I wanted to talk about. I just thought that it was crazy what he said. I really don't want to get into the Dakota pipeline because, come on, bro, it's not really affecting us. Even though I understand that the environment, not yet, yes. Even though I know the environment of all areas of this earth affects us all. But I wanted to get into Pizzagate, bro.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into this topic, but let them know what Pizzagate is first, so that we can.
Yeah, I'll briefly tell them, and then I want to hear what you think and what you heard about it. So Kanye West, a couple of weeks ago, he had mentioned at a concert. This is one of his last rants before he was hospitalized, which we'll get into that later. But he had said, "Look into Pizzagate," and I really didn't. I'm a pizza person, but I really didn't know what he was talking about. Now, I don't know if this is true, a true story or not. But according to the internet, Pizzagate is ran by Hillary Clinton's campaign manager and brother. Her former campaign manager, who just campaigned with her. Him and his brother run some sort of high-end, I guess, child sex operation, in which they will send you boys or girls of your request to your house or wherever they would send these kids to for you to have sex with them. So it's pretty much how you call it? Sex. It's a sex operation. It's a statement. So, but it's coded through the pizza. So according to Kanye, this is true. Then if you watch the news, there was like two different things. And there was one spot in like DC that was recent that the guy went and he attempted to shoot up the actual pizza, because the whole premise is around pizza. Not every pizza spot, but particular pizza ones, and it's Comet's Pizza, I believe, is the company that they really trying to brand this on. And basically that happened, and then it was the other day something else happened, in which it was another more of a local spot in New York, it's in Brooklyn, one of them rinky-dinky spots, but it's like real hipster. That also was being accused, and somebody was doing something like they kind of like damaged it. So it seems like this story may not be true, but then again, if it is or if it isn't, it's definitely having an effect on people and what the way they feel about these areas. So I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm not saying that it is true. I'm saying that it's definitely something that we might want to look into and be sure of before we dismiss. So what did you hear, bro?
And I didn't hear anything, but I've been telling people this but definitely for a long time now, that I think that once, now let me just say this, like my disclaimer, let me just say I have nothing against gay people, nothing against, I have nothing against gay people, lesbians, anything like that. But where I felt like it opened up the floodgates for people like this to come up and actually be in the, and be up front now, because most gay people, their excuse is, not excuse, but their way of reasoning is that they was born like this, right? And they was born, being attracted to the opposite side of sex, and nothing they could do about it. They just attracted to what they're attracted to. They were just born this way. Mm-hmm. And if you take it back, like maybe like a good 30 years ago, this is book. I forgot the name of the book right now. I'm sorry. This is book actually shows like every case, every mental disease that somebody had. And there was at one point, I think it's called a DC something. I forgot the name of it. But at one point, being gay was like a mental disease. They look at it as like that.
Like this. It's funny that you say that. Mike Pence, the new VP, he actually believes that. He actually believes in shock therapy for gays.
Yeah, but anyway, bro. He's on a whole other level. He want to do shock therapy for everything. Yeah. But this dude right here, right? But anyway, it's this book. It's this book that that you are like doctors and stuff like that, psychologists, they look at before they determine what your problem is. Okay. And at one point, like maybe like 20, 30 years ago, when we was like just born or whatever, being gay was like a mental disease. There was no way you would have thought somebody being gay or whatever, they would have legalized gay marriage. It was like a taboo. And their excuse was, I'm sorry, I keep saying excuse. Their reason for being the way how they was that because they was born that way.
Yeah.
And what I told people was like, okay, what's gonna stop a child pedophile from saying the same thing?
Nothing.
He was born this way. You know, he or she was born liking people younger than them. So what is they? So they could say the same thing. They was born this way. They cannot help who they love. They cannot help who they are attracted to. It's something that's just in their DNA.
But the only problem with that is that you're right. But once you start accepting that for those type of levels of criminal activity, it's a crime. It's gonna become
it's
murderers.
A crime based on what's the normal of society, bro. Because think about it. It would have been a crime, bro, if you would have try to marry a gay person.
No, actually, you know what? You're right in so many ways, and I'm not even giving you the credit that I shouldn't. You're actually right what you said, because maybe 100, 200 years ago, even in this country, they will give their daughters away at 13, 14 to make deals for land.
Because that was the norm.
Because
that was the norm.
That was the norm. Yeah.
And then now,
when she was given when she had a period, she was legally, in their minds, able to have children, so she was able to be a wife.
Exactly my point. So my thing is like that was the norm back then. So who's to stop that now that we got all these gay rights that we have? You know, not saying that this is a bad thing or a good thing. The only thing I'm trying to say is that it definitely opened up the gates for pedophiles and people like this to honestly say, you know what, I was born this way, I like who I like, and I can't help it, and who to stop these people? And I'm pretty sure, even though we probably think it's taboo for us because we got kids and we know, we damn sure ain't letting our kids go through nothing like that.
No,
but there are some parents out here who willing to do that for the right amount of money, who's willing to give give their child and their children to people based on money.
Yeah, just so those people can fulfill their desires and the parents can get money for it.
Exactly.
Right. That's gonna that's gonna be the next new norm in a couple of years.
Exactly.
Well, hopefully not a couple of years. Hopefully before we are.
Yeah, but that's what I think is what's coming. Is what's coming next. It's
crazy.
Is that? And this actually is an organization. I can't remember off the top of my head, but next time we have this podcast, if y'all remind me, I do my research. But this actually is websites and stuff like that of alliances and communities of people who actually support these things. And there's actually websites with them saying that this is what they want to do.
Yeah, but see, here's the problem. Okay, first let's get before we get to the pedophiles, I want to go right back to the gays real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to hopefully better articulate the ignorance of America, okay, to those who are in the gay community. Now, I have nothing against the gays at all.
You can't, because our biggest audience is going to probably be gay people one day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming, but I don't believe that gay makes sense. I don't believe the terminology makes sense.
Neither do I, but
now,
I mean, that's us.
Yeah, but I just want to expressly say.
One thing we got to talk about, too, before you forget, is the Calvin Klein drop. But go ahead.
You mean Tom Ford?
Yeah,
we're gonna get to Tom Ford in a second.
Yeah.
But as a matter of fact, we're gonna do that right now but not right this moment. Let me just get this point out and then I wanna go right to that real quick.
Yeah.
So I don't get the gays, and here's why I don't get the gays. I'm a man who loves women. Let's just put it out there right now. Now,
I hope so.
It will. You know more than anybody else that I'm a man who loves women. The point I'm saying is that for me, I look at things, as logical, which most men do.
Objectively.
Exactly. While as in, some people look at things emotional.
Yep.
So they don't really see, the whole logic and how to objectify what they need to objectify. That's what you said. You get 3. Okay? If you're using all 3 of your ladies' holes, you get 3. Put it 2. Okay? Now, I'm sorry. But if I'm getting 3 over the 2, I want the 3, right? It's probably greed, part of that. You know what I'm saying?
You married, you're supposed to get 3 hoes. Bro.
That's what I'm supposed to get 3. I'm getting 3.
Type of boys, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. We get all 3 hoes. We doing the 3 par. We perfect. We doing a birdie.
Word.
But I just don't understand why gay men feel as if, or even women, lesbians, it doesn't matter. Why I don't understand why they feel as if that's something that they were born. Now I can see that you have a creative mind and you are open-minded. There's people who like, yo, I love chicken, but I love steak, but I love ham, but I love, like you got like everything. It's not everybody just like, yo, I just love chicken, that's it. There's a way of being open and being like, you know what, I'm attracted to this person, attracted to that person. That's cool, but to sit there and say that's all you are into, and to look at it in a logical standpoint, is to say, well, this doesn't make sense. You get more benefits from being with the opposite. You get to be able to continue your legacy. You get to sit there. I know, but I'm just trying to break it down for the gays so they could understand that the logic of most men and straight people is this, that the benefit of being straight outweighs the benefit of being gay.
Look, bro. We cannot say that is wrong. You know what I'm saying? We cannot say that what you're saying is true. But I was telling my girl this the other day. But that's what I was telling her. I think I probably even told you this. There's a certain group of people who have a lot of power that they are just against nature. Right? They just so much against nature. That's the reason why they probably are against black people so much, because let's face it, we was the first people on this earth.
Well, we're the closest to nature.
Exactly. So that's the reason why you have some people that where they are so much, they're so much against us, and we don't understand it. But they are so much against us because they are so much against nature. Like, just think of the first person who ever said...
They really hate themselves.
But listen, bro. Just think of the first person who was in the jungle or was in the wilderness or whatever and say, you know what? Let's cut down all these trees and build a road. Think about how much against nature that you would have to be to say you're going to cut down all this life that's here. Forget all the animals and everything. You're gonna cut all this stuff and build a highway or to build a road. Think about how much against nature that you have to be. And also, bro, to even get more deep about it, bro, I think I told you this before, but think about the nursery rhymes that we all learned as a kid. Like, if you are getting some water, you are not gonna go Jack and Jill go up the hill to fetch a pail of water, because everybody knows it's a logical fact that water runs downhill. It doesn't roll up the hill. That's like me saying I'm gonna get some water to feed my whole family, and I'm gonna go. Listen to this shit, bro. Right?
I'm gonna give you another one.
Yeah, but hold on. If I got a whole family to feed, and I was like, "Yo, we're gonna go get some water," are you gonna go up the waterfall? You gonna be down?
You gonna go up the hill and go down. You're gonna work harder.
Exactly.
What you already got.
You're gonna go right there to down the waterfall where you know all the water is flowing to get this water, because you know all the water is flowing. You're not gonna go down the hill. I mean, you're not going to go up the hill to fetch a pail of water, because you know the water's going to be down the hill at the end of the day anyway. And that's the reason why Jack fell down, because it wasn't in jail, kept tumbling after, because you're not supposed to be up the hill getting no water anyway. You're supposed to be down the hill.
Well, you got the other one with the cow jump over the moon.
Yeah, like why was the cow jump? I'm not even going to go into that because everybody knows what the moon means.
How about the crib on the top of the tree?
Yeah, who will put a crib on the tree?
That's crazy.
And who will put the crib on top of the tree?
Why would you put your shit's life in the
And that's the reason why I'm trying to tell you, bro.
It's crazy. Like, it's against nature.
Yeah, it's against nature, and they are so much against nature. They are against the sun. They hate the sun.
Speaking of against nature, because you just gave me a great segue, I don't want to take it down. Tom Ford.
Yeah. Can you please say exactly what?
Okay. Let me see if I don't want to misquote nobody, because I have the article here.
I mean, they can look it up. You can summarize it, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna summarize it. I'm not gonna read the whole damn one.
Because
say it right here. I'm gonna read the. It's off of Vlad TV.
DJ
and right
Vlad.
now we're not fucking with Vlad, right? Because Orlando Bloom said not to. Orlando Brown said not to fuck with him. Nah, I'm just fucking. I'll fuck with everybody, but we're gonna get to Orlando Brown soon too. But let's get back to Tom Ford real quick, bro. I want to read the title so people can know where to read the actual story. It says Tom Ford believes men should be penetrated once to understand women. Now, if that's not against nature, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, man. Like, if that's the case, then the winners are gonna start.
Well, let's be clear here on this right now. Okay, women like to be dominated. I don't know no woman that does not want domination at some point. It's in their nature.
Yeah.
Just like it's in our nature to dominate women.
They're like me saying, okay, let's say I'm 5.
Yes.
I want to know how to feel to be water, so yo, let me get wet. Like, why would I want to do that? I'm fire.
That's not who you are.
It's not who I am.
Like, it's not Mars, Venus. We talked about
and then at the end of the day, it's like, I think that the problem is that Just because you get penetrated does not mean you know how it feels to be a woman.
No, you don't. You would never know how it feels to be a
You
woman.
would not, because I'm not a woman.
Women goes through a lot more than
So-
that. You actually are undermining them.
Exactly. You trying to say that's all they are about is just getting penetrated?
Yeah, you actually are
When there's
disrespecting
more-
them.
yeah.
You're saying that they just pretty much fuck slaves, and that's
That's
all we're
it.
using them for.
That's it.
It's messed up. They're women, at least the women in my life, and I'm
And I
sure
told my girl
yours
that's
have
never
been a lot
did
more.
that. When my girl's around, right? So I'm like, yo, you sent me this. I'm like, yo, babe, if I get penetrated, would you still even want to be with me? Like, would you even want to be with me? And, you know, my girl's around, so of course, you know, she said yeah. I'm like, I would hope not.
Well, I mean, it depends how you get penetrated. I'm assuming in your
Nah,
situation, because
it
you gotta
doesn't
think
matter.
about, like, yo,
It does not
how
even.
it happened.
It
you know?
does not even matter. Like, it does not.
Unless you unless you busting it open, bro. I don't think your girl's gonna leave you for that. That's what I'm
It
saying.
doesn't matter though. That's what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't matter how I was halfway. It doesn't matter.
So if you go to jail, you get locked up, and they overpower you like on some American History X shit. You remember that movie? And they just took it. What you gonna say? Well, girl, you gotta leave me. There's 6 dudes grabbing me, and one dude just, you know, he bleeding me out.
Come on, that's wild exaggeration.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the only type of situation that I can see for me, and knowing you as well as I know you, I can believe for you as well that you would be in that would cause for you to get penetrated. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you ain't gonna walk outside and be like, yo, let's do this shit. Somebody gonna have to put some overpower. You have to overpower you and take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different from somebody getting robbed and somebody giving their shit away. You know what I mean? If I come up to you and I'm like, yo, give me your shit, technically you gave it to me. You know what I'm saying?
Consent.
You consented. You gave it to me. You wasn't looking for this problem, so you gave it to me. But if I says, yo, let me get your shit, like, nigga, you better take this off me, then I robbed you. Because you refused. You know what I'm saying? And I can't look down at you and be like, yo, you soft for that. You know what I mean? But if you obviously just gave it up, you just gave up the asshole, bro. It's totally different. Yo, he's crazy. The reason why we even talked about him is because we all know Jay-Z made a song called Time Ford.
Yeah,
Now,
I don't rock. When you say I don't rock what? I rock Tom Ford.
I rock Tom Ford. Now we know that Tom Ford is a fashion designer, but he is coming out with a movie. And though I'm not, we're not getting paid for this plug, we'll give him this plug anyway. It's called Nocturnal Animals. And I believe the reason why he's talking about the penetration stuff is because its premises around the movie and how I don't want to assume the movie. I haven't seen it. The commercials give off a lot of assumptions, but no actual things. So I could assume that somebody's been mishandled or raped, if you will, in the movie. So I guess that's why he's trying to say that. I could understand, and this is not even bullshitting you, bro. I could understand. I mean, we already do this as a culture, but it's not as part of the law. I could understand if a man who rapes women, you know, out there, I can understand if he goes to jail or prison rather, and they penetrate him. You know what I'm saying? To remind him how it is.
Penetration shit, please.
I'm just saying.
Can you give this
Can
shit,
you
please?
understand that, bro? Come on.
I don't want to.
You don't want to?
I don't want to.
Alright,
understand
so
this shit.
let's move on.
Please.
Because we don't want to understand the penetration, bro.
Nah, too much. I don't understand this shit.
Now
Sorry.
you going against nature, and that's fucking with you, bro. Yo, look, let's move on. We had what was it? Tom, you did Tom. Okay, Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving, bro?
My Thanksgiving was cool. You know, it's not how it normally is. Like just something new. But it was cool. Like I don't know, bro. It's like I guess because now we're getting older.
Yeah.
That now when it come to holidays,
You just more happy with being home with your kids.
yeah, I'm just more happy of that than rather like
wifey.
just the whole you know extravagance and
yeah, having to go out. I mean, unless it's family, you try to keep it quiet. I hear you.
yeah, I'm not really big on
I like how I use my chocolate for my son's baby shower.
yo, bro, that drink you gave me, what was that, yo?
From
With the olive in it.
when was this?
When I went to your birthday party.
Oh, you talking about the sake?
Yeah, what the fuck is
It
that?
wasn't an olive, it was a peach.
What the fuck is that? Yo?
When we go to Disney, because you know we go to Disney World every year, which we was talking about.
Yeah, I drink with it stink, but yo, it tastes so
Shit was
good.
fire, right? Shit was fire.
Yo, I took like 3 sips. I was like, yo.
Yo, look, it's
I ate the peach too. I thought it was an olive.
No, it's peach. It's peach. The peach is the real. Like that's. I don't know how you ate. You ate the whole thing.
Ate the whole thing.
Yeah, that shit is hard.
I'm trying to find.
You're better drinking than me.
Yeah, I am.
You can't find another one.
What's the name of it?
It's in Japanese.
Yeah, I do. It's fine.
It's a sake drink that we get from Disney World when we go to Epcot.
Mm.
You gotta go to the Japan Pavilion.
Mm.
You go there and they have it. We go there every year. As you already know, you're gonna be coming with us next year. And when we go, I'll show it to you because we buy it there, and then they ship it to our hotel, and it's great. It's one of the most amazing things, most incredible things about Disney World is the diversity that they have there, and the ability of you actually going there and picking up things that you won't normally get in certain areas. You could probably find it in the city, but they might have the big one, the really big one. They won't have the small shot glasses like what we get.
It was good.
It was good money. All right. So what was the other thing I wanted to go to? So yeah, Thanksgiving was good. Mine was good too. Family, friends. I want to thank everybody who came to our house and enjoyed the time with us. Black Friday. Did you do any Black Friday?
Nah.
Fuck out of here. I ain't doing Black Friday no more. I did it maybe. I think one time I might have went. One time.
I never did Black Friday before. I think I had to work on Black Friday.
We usually had to work because remember we was working in the post office at that time.
Yeah, I always had to work on it.
I always worked. I did it one time. As far as I think I went after work just to see my wife. She was there already, but nah, bro, that shit is trash. It's too much, man. All you people out there who's doing that, y'all gotta understand. Y'all look like damn fools. Not only because you're waiting to the end of the year to get something that you could have just paid for a long time ago, but it's a sure fact that you're fighting over items that is not going to make you any richer, any better off in life. Might make you happy for a day or two, maybe even a month, depending on what it is you bought. But it's really not going to go that far. It's not worth the drama that comes along with buying it. But, to each his own. Kanye West, we spoke briefly earlier about him. What's up with your boy, bro?
Jesus. What do they call him?
Jesus.
My boss said Jesus. I don't know.
He just sent me this nigga Michael Blackson. This is crazy.
Yo, but OD. But yo, with Kanye.
There you go, him right there. You can't see it, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm showing Sir King Neil over here a picture of Kanye on a BMX bike in LA. This was yesterday, 22 hours ago. They posted this on Worldstar, so this is about day before, probably. You know it's him because he got the Yeezys on. The 350s. Ain't nobody got them shit. I didn't even see that color combination coming out yet. So you know this is him. And this nigga got the literally blacked out helmet.
Yeah, I feel him. I mean, like I was telling I think maybe we spoke about this before, Michael Jackson. Maybe I'm comparing Kanye West with Michael Jackson, but I mean, it's a difference. I think it's worse for celebrities who used to go places by themselves and they used to being able to do certain things by themselves, and then after a while you get famous and then you cannot do any of those things ever again. I mean, bro, let's face it. If I was a celebrity for the past, how long would you say Kanye been famous? Like famous, like
people really well. Yeah. When did College Dropout come out?
So that's what I'm trying to say. Since his first album. Since his first album.
But his first album, he didn't get the same accolade. Not right away.
But his album did good though.
It did well. It did very well.
So I'm trying to say, since your first album you come out, that's probably a good, what? 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna see right now. I'm pretty sure it was about 10 years ago.
So for 10 years, man, you can't do yo, bro. If you was famous for 10 years, bro, how much stuff would be in the tabloids?
Actually, it might be over 10 years. You know, it is over 10 years. Since 2014, so it's 12 years. About to be 13 years. But he was known before that because he was a well-known producer.
But I'm just trying to say, still, he on his own, you know what I'm saying? But yo, if he was famous for 12 years, bro, be honest, how much stuff would be about you by now?
Nothing.
Bro.
You gotta, fame, I realized that you just said it, is like sports. Like, if you're in a basketball league, or football especially, you can't be there forever, bro. You gotta get your money, get your time in, and go. Make investments, and let somebody else take the reins. Let's be clear. Kanye, even Jay, they changed the game.
Kanye never, I know, but here's one thing about Kanye, though. You could say that, that Jay-Z changed a little bit, You can even say that even like 50 changed, If I would have told you that, 50 right now would be doing Power and TV shows and stuff like that, you'd be like, when 50 first came out, you'd be like, no way, right? Kanye, to me, is probably like one of the only few people with everything that Kanye does, you'd be like, that's Kanye.
Yeah, he's very clear who he is as a person.
He always been the same way, so nothing really surprises me about the stuff that Kanye might do or stuff that Kanye say, because Kanye always been Kanye since we first.
But what about the stuff that he said? Did you hear all the stuff he's been saying?
Yeah, I think.
Do you feel like the kid? Let me make it like this for you. Do you feel like the Kardashians are really cursed?
Nah.
I mean, can we just do this real quick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through a list of names.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw this on a website one time, and I was gonna bring it to you.
And you got Lamar Odom. Yeah,
the Kardashian curse.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think after you hear the Kardashian curse, is it true or not? Hold on. No. Let me see if I can get the list of dudes.
I don't believe it though.
12 men burned by the Kardashians.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, here it is. This is on Hip Hop Wired. I don't know why my mom FaceTiming me right now, but she's gonna have to call me back. Alright, hold on. Alright, so we start off with Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember, come on, mom, you understand? Mothers.
Right quick?
Nah, because we actually at the point. She just, being a mom. So we can start with Lamar. Now, if you remember, Lamar, right before he got with Chloe, he just won the championship, I think.
Yeah, with the Lakers.
The Lakers. That's the last chip with the Lakers. And then we have Kanye. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Reggie Bush, that's what I was looking for.
You got the other dude. What's the dude name who was with the Nets?
Oh, Chris Humphries. Who I always
really
thought
nice anyway.
He's nice. Yeah, here's Reggie Bush. What
happened with Reggie? Nothing happened with Reggie.
Yo, we talking about? Yo, after Reggie got signed, he got signed to. When Reggie Bush came out, he was the shit, bro.
Yeah, he was nice in college.
He was the shit. And when he got signed to New Orleans, I felt like New Orleans was gonna do the same thing they did to Ricky Williams and just, waste his talent. After that, he got with her not so long after, and when he got with her, it just seemed like his career just started declining, bro. Cause I think he got a ring he should have gotten a ring with New Orleans. Yeah, they go Chris Humphries right there.
He probably did.
Okay, who else? Who is his name? Lamar already. Ray J. Ray J has never really been unsuccessful, but he definitely hasn't been the same. If you remember correctly, before he got with Kim, or before he was like
Ray J always just been like, what was your expectation of Ray J?
No, remember before, like a few years ago when Diddy was doing the I Want to Work for Diddy shit, Ray J had the For Love of Ray J.
But what did you think really like what was like Ray J like his?
I just feel like every time they gravitate to some dude, he has potential to blow up, or he's going towards the right direction.
Ray J
was he was popping at that time, bro. I'm telling you. Alright, so then what about Tiger then? Tiger had a couple of drinks. He hasn't been out since.
But Tiger was never like, you know what I'm saying? He was never going to be more than who he was. I don't think it was going to be like, I think he hit his peak. I think everybody who he had, think about even what Kanye West.
How about Miles Austin?
That's that football player?
Mm-hmm. Mad injuries since then.
Come on. You can say the same thing. You can say the same thing.
Alright. So what about Bruce? They made Bruce a bitch. They literally made him a bitch. Bruce Jenner was, yo, my nigga. Bruce Jenner was like Michael Phelps
That
back in
was
his
the
time,
70s,
but he was still like Michael. So you telling me 20 years from now you gonna take Michael Phelps, turn into a woman as a video? Oh, it's okay. You gonna say, oh, it's okay? Michael Phelps, 20 years from now, turn into a woman?
No, I'm not saying I'm gonna say that it's okay. What I'm trying to say is that it is what it is, man. I don't think it's the Kardashians. You know, I don't think it's the Kardashians because I think that honestly, like if he was a celebrity or if he was a person on the come up, I think that their mom's like a marketing genius. Man.
What about Rashid McCants? He plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, he was never gonna be shit. Man.
No, okay. All right. Gabriel Aubrey, I don't know who that is.
Exactly.
No, he was the one that he's the baby daddy of Halle Berry. Derek Ward.
Exactly, you don't know crickets.
Ward is the second Super Bowl winner to date a Kardashian.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's really a curse.
Huh. Okay, what about this one? Scott Disick.
Who was Scott Disick before?
No,
Scott
he was
Disick?
nobody. Yeah, you're right. Okay, well, Kanye West.
Come on. Look, if I made an album called Graduation, and I made an album that sound and it's called Graduation and My Twisted Dark Fantasy, yo, it's like he's not gonna be able to top that. It's like every other rapper.
Okay.
Right? Am I lying though?
So we think.
Like Jay-Z ever gonna top the Blueprint, bro? Come on.
Well,
Nas ever?
actually like the
Nas
Blueprint the
ever?
most out of for Jay-Z.
Is Nas ever gonna stop?
Reading Without person.
I'm just saying though.
No,
is he ever gonna top that?
And Nas never gonna top Illmatic.
Exactly.
But still.
So it's like every artist, every somebody, they always have something that they're not gonna be able to top, bro. 50's never gonna be able to top. Give it your die try.
But Kanye West's best album to me, Graduation.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna top.
He's not gonna top that. Like there's no. He's not gonna top
Graduation was the
Graduation.
best album Kanye West ever.
He's never gonna top My Twisted Dark Fantasy.
No, well, that's the second best.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That definitely.
If he ever going, he's not gonna be able to top that.
Nah,
bro.
he's not.
It is what it is. Michael Jackson not gonna top Thriller even if Michael Jackson would live till he was 80. It wouldn't have been.
I actually liked it Off the Wall.
I like Off the Wall too, but I'm just trying to say the success and those things that these people are chasing.
Too far.
These people are not only chasing the way the music sounds,
but
those
people have already. He succeeded already. We're talking about taking them down.
And Kanye West, I think he made My Twisted Dark Fantasy when he was dating Kim Kardashian.
No, yeah, bro. I'm not saying that, but I mean like he already was successul.
Exactly.
While as in the other ones, they were successful and could have been more.
Lamar Odom was never going to be. Lamar Odom was if Lamar Odom was not on the Lakers with Kobe, he would never win a championship, bro. Let's face it.
Yeah, that was a good trade for the Heat.
That's all it was. If he was never, don't get me wrong.
That would mean that it was because Shaq went to the Heat.
But what I say is that don't get me wrong. Lamar Odom killed that year in Miami. When he was in Miami, he was doing his thing.
Yeah, skipped to my loop.
But at the end of the day, he was not going to win a championship by himself. He was not that type of player.
Nah, he wasn't.
So it doesn't even matter.
Well, I guess that's a good point. And so I guess maybe it's not the Kardashians person.
But I think that Kanye West is an artist, and I think that artists like him, they always got to feel the need to express themselves and really express the need what was going on with them. And Kanye West had, and also too, Kanye West have writers. He has a team of people who does music with him. You know, he's very good at producing. He's better at producing than he is as an artist. I mean, he's a better producer as it is than a rapper or a hip hop artist. He's more of a producer. He could put these people together.
And yo, let's be clear on that real quick too. That you said that. Let's be clear on this whole. First of all, shout out J. Cole.
Yeah.
I didn't get to hear the album yet. Heard it was fire though.
Word. I heard he got to sell. I heard he projected to sell like 500 plus.
He's supposed to be third top selling album of the year.
Drake, Beyonce to him.
Yeah, and it wasn't a funny thing. We didn't even know it was gonna come out.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him on that. I'm definitely gonna buy that. But you know, I want to make this clear on this too. False Prophet's hot song. And he was kind of going after certain people.
He's not even on the joint.
Yes, I didn't understand that part, but it's cool. False Prophet was fucking fire. And he had mentioned a few things.
While they his comeback
yeah. But you know what?
He said that too. He's not gonna be able to top this. I think he even said that in the song.
He's not gonna be able to. No, yes. J. Cole said that he's not gonna be able to top.
He's not.
Yeah, he did. You know, but I wanted to say that J. Cole was right and wrong for that record. And the reason why I say that is because his premise came at Kanye as to say Kanye is a rapper. If you just said Kanye is a producer, and you have the same thing in history.
He's like Diddy
and Dre. Dr. Dre's the same way.
Exactly.
So you got to look at him as those. Those guys are incredible, and they were MCs of the finest, and whoever they used
but
to
can
help
I say this though?
Drake, but they are producers.
This is true though. This is all the way facts. Like no, I don't think there's nobody in the world who could argue this. Kanye West is the best producer turned rapper ever.
Yes, no questions.
There's no question about that.
If you told me, yo, if you had Dre, Diddy, Kanye, or any other producer for that matter that you could think of. Who? Daz, yes, Daz. Yeah. Or RZA. And you was like, yo, just put them for a verse. They can't touch the beat. I'm picking Kanye over all of them every time. No question. Even if Kanye needed help, I'm still picking Kanye because he just has that aggressive. He was supposed to be an MC, but he just leaned it more towards a producer, and we're happy that he did that because he's a great producer. So it is what it is. He made the right choice. But I just think that we gotta also acknowledge that he's a producer first and an MC second, and understand that if you need a little help, you need a little help.
But most geniuses is out their mind. I think that's what makes a person a genius. A person
you gotta think about it differently.
You think about things differently. Think about outside the box. And if you a genius, and just imagine if you an artist, like Picasso or like different kind of art. Just imagine the kind of thoughts that go through your head every day, and you have to find a way of really like respect of expressing yourself. And especially if you're a celebrity that have means of problems or whatever. Like for example, if I'm having a conversation with you privately, and I'm used to having millions and millions of people hearing what I have to say, when I have millions and millions of people in the audience, I'm going to express my feelings at that given time. That's the reason why we got a podcast. We want to express our feelings and kind of type that if nobody can hear or nobody can see what he's saying, then he realizes it doesn't mean anything.
Yes.
He's
very expressive.
Yeah. He's always been like that since Dave Bush. Since George Bush don't care about white people.
Yeah.
I mean black people. He always been this type.
Yep. Oh, he's always been clear enough to notice it. He's realized that he has a voice and he's been using it, which is we definitely respect. We have a couple of more things, but we kind of going over. We went over time, and I figured we were because it's been a while.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if we're gonna hold these down for next week. We can talk. Matter of fact, we should start doing that, giving previews to next week. We're gonna probably speak on Trevor Noah, the whole interview with the Breakfast Club.
I think we should get on that a little bit. Right?
A little bit, alright.
Let's get on that a little bit.
Before we do that, I just want to go and just name Soulja Boy. We're gonna talk about Soulja Boy probably next week.
I don't know. Let's see what happens.
I'm sure he's gonna add more
let's
things.
talk about this. You made me listen to this whole 50-minute interview about
we're gonna take quick few minutes. We're gonna talk about that, and then we'll wrap it up after that. All right. So Trevor Noah, if you guys don't know who that is, he's the new host of the Daily Show. He's been in for maybe a little bit over a year now, and he just had a lot of interesting things to say. And the reason why I made you listen to him was because of his whole premise on racism. A lot of us, we know racism is passed down through bigots mostly, and how they feel about other races. And we all know racism is bullshit. This is an imaginary thing. This is not reality. Culture is not bullshit, but racism is bullshit. Now, what I mean by culture is the way you are. Like in America, the culture of America is you gotta have milk.
So culture is bullshit or racism?
No, racism is bullshit. Race is bullshit. Culture isn't bullshit. Race is a ploy to separate people, but culture isn't. Culture is where you live, how you grow up, the way you are. In America, our culture says that we should have, milk, bread, water, and orange juice at all times in the fridge. You go to another country, that's not one of their main things. They don't keep that in their house. They're not focused on that. You go to DR, they probably got different things. You go to Puerto Rico, they have different things. I'm sure they're not running around with just eggs, milk, and bread, and that's it all the time. So culture usually dictates who you are as a person, but it doesn't tell your full story, because at the end of the day, you have to learn the person. So what he has said that I thought was interesting was two things. Racism cannot stand up against contact, and how those people who are racist minded should be not looked at as let's ban them, but should be looked at as it's a disease and they need to be helped into curing this disease. You know, a mental deficiency, if anything. A mental deficiency. So, what do you think about those 2 points that he made?
I think that racism is definitely I think it's definitely a disease because I think it's passed down generations to generations. Like any disease, like if somebody has cancer in your family or whatever, cancer runs in your family, eventually somebody's going to hit that gene. I definitely think it's definitely like the same kind of principle as far as with that. But I think that it's a culture thing.
Yes.
Like for example, just say if you go to, let me keep it simple. Just say like you know how A is for apple, right?
Yeah.
If you go to China, A is not for apple.
Yeah, it's the same thing I was just saying about the whole milk and exactly.
Yeah. You know, it's not the same thing that represents this that represents that.
It's how you raise the people, how you think. It's all thought. It's not color. It's not.
And I think that in America,
style. It's just.
Yeah, I think that in America, we like to put everything in a box. We like to separate everything.
Yes.
You know, everything goes with, you know, you got everything is separate. You got the black people over here, the Spanish over here, the Ecuadorians over there. And we are supposed to be a melting pot, but I think because we are a melting pot, that there's a lot of separate things that's going on. But I think that because of the internet and the world that we live in, the way how everybody is connected to each other, I think that there is a what's the word I'm looking for? Imaginative idea that is still not there no more because we all feel so connected to each other.
No, I think you're right, but I think what people are not. I think it's not that it's not there. I think people don't see that it's been replaced, not with race but with class. Maybe I was saying about earlier. Like, yo, separation is true, right? We all separated. But if you go right now to a freaking trailer park, or you go to one of them hood spots, I'm not in the hood spot, but the white people hood spots, trailer parks, you won't see the same thing that you're gonna see in the hood over here.
But here's the thing about America. In America, it's classism that still can be separated by racism.
Yeah, I know, but the thing I'm saying is that,
and that's worse.
I think that a lot of people like us, as far as me, you, and people who are still more open-minded than those who are still racism, rather, we seeing that it's not racism is that's like the last one. Like, I don't care if you poor like me. I care if you got money and you got power to control things that affect me. I care about that.
Yeah, that's facts.
I don't care about what color your skin is. I don't care. Do you got power? Can you come and say, move this shit? And niggas gotta move it? That's when it becomes, alright, hold on, wait a minute, who are you? You know what I'm saying? That's when it becomes you know, me or you, and who's better.
Now, I definitely agree with that. But I think that racism is we have racism among each other.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, blacks on blacks, Spanish on Spanish.
Yeah, even when you go to different, let's say you go to Africa, like what you said, there's light-skinned black people against against dark-skinned black people and dark-skinned black people.
Well, I think you, I don't know, you about the same, you a little darker than me. I think you would be considered colored too, though.
Yeah.
Because you're not as dark as most Africans, and neither am I. Well,
yeah, everywhere that's where we go. Even if you go to...
They don't call it black, they call it colored.
I'm pretty sure that even if you go to the Dominican Republic, you know, the light-skinned Dominicans would feel superior against the dark-skinned...
It's funny about Dominican Republic because they be calling themselves morenas and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's not a disrespectful thing, it's actually a compliment.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason in DR, they embrace the darker ones than they do the lighter ones. Of course, the lighter ones still get the fame. Is that true, man? Yeah. At times, depending on the family you're part of. Because once again, my wife, she's from the countryside. So the countryside is obviously the more poorer side. You're not the city folk.
Where you from?
So she's from the capital. So she's from the city. So over there, you probably get more of the beigest colored ones, not so dark ones. One from where I'm out in the island, but where my wife is from, they're more darker. So they embrace that color. They respect it. And once again, this is being part of nature.
Yeah.
It's not unnatural to be dark, because like my wife's from
when
like
I was telling you about the other
area.
thing, bro. When I was telling you about the I think that the strongest weapon like with racism is that they have to make sure that the people who they're going to be racist against are not together.
Yes.
You know.
Well, you gotta separate them.
You have to separate them.
And that's what he was saying.
And that's what happened with the but that's what happened with the letter that I told you to read, the Willie Lynch letter.
Yes.
I told you about that before. And what did he say inside? You know, in the Willie Lynch letter, he said it's going to take he said it's going to take these people about 500 years, if not forever, you know, to break this kind of mindset, because this is something that has been bred from us from generations to generation to generation, bro. Because think about it as like from they used to rape, you know, our women in front of us.
Yeah.
And think about how subconsciously what that do to the women. Like, yo, this dude is raping me, and you can't even help me out. You can't even save me. You can't do anything.
Well, they still rape our women in front of us, and they do that in different forms. And how they do that is food stamps, Medicaid, shit, even Social Security.
But we used to it. Why? Because we was always used to seeing that.
And you think about all that stuff I just said, that's being provided to you, and it's being provided to you from the other man, because your man or your husband or whatever.
I think that racism can be killed in one day, in my opinion, just like everything else. You know, just like how if
first we gotta accept it.
But hold on, but wait. Just like everything that's man-made, everything man-made. I think that men, we have so much ego, you know, and we just feel like it takes forever for us to for things to be destroyed that we made. Think about it. All it takes is 1 second for life to be taken away.
Yeah.
All it takes is one tornado for your house to be taken away. All it takes is one airplane for a building to be taken away. Everything can be taken away from us in a blink of an eye. And I think that racism, because so many people just put so much power on it, but it's really something that can be taken away in a blink of an eye in one day.
You know what's so funny, bro? America has trained us so well to separate. In fact, this world separate ourselves. What you just said, you just made me think while you was talking, and I was thinking about when I was a kid, and I went to Florida. I lived there for like a month, just Tampa. And when I was there, two things happened that signify racism or separation in America. How they create separation. One thing, everybody knew I was from New York without me having to say it. Oh, he's from New York. It was like a totally different thing being from New York and living there at that time. They just gave you a different little, for no reason, just because you were from New York.
Yeah.
So it was like right there, separating me from you. We were the same thing.
Yeah.
Just because you live in Florida, you was born in Florida, what does that matter? We both were born in this country, both Americans. Which is also separating us from the rest of the humans on the planet. You was born, you're a human, that's it. And there's nothing else to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And another thing was, one of the white teachers made a comment, you're New York Rican, you know, which is just another, racist slur, but to be disrespectful.
Oh, you know what I think about racism, bro? My fault to cut you off.
No.
You know what I think it is? It's kind of like for me, for example, I don't know how to swim, bro.
Yeah, me
I
either.
swear to God, bro. Like, I don't know how to swim.
I have an idea, but I can't.
I can't even float, bro. Right?
Yeah,
that's how bad I am.
That's up for me
That's how
too.
I think it's a score. I don't know what it
There's
is.
a scorpion there, right?
But yo, I can't swim, bro. But I guarantee you that if you put me in a situation where I'm gonna have to swim to save my life or save my family,
I'm gonna figure it out.
I'm gonna figure it out, right?
Yeah.
And I think that the problem is, I'm not trying to get too deep, but I think that the problem is that with us, with people of I don't want to say people of color. That's the only term I can think of. For better words, right?
Yeah, no, that's a good word. People of color.
We are survivors.
Yeah.
Right? So you could give us $5, we could make $5 stretch to like fucking whatever, right? And then you know how you get, yo bro, remember how you was You got your first job.
Yeah.
You was making bread. You was like, yo, I'm making wild bread right now, right? Then you realize you don't have no bread. And you like, yo, how the fuck, excuse my language, how was I surviving with this amount of bread and be good with this amount of bread? But now that I'm making more money, I still feel like,
bro,
you know why?
100%
Let
right.
me tell you why, bro.
Right.
Because we are survivors, bro. And I think because we are so much of survivors that we get comfortable with
that
our
we
situation.
rather be struggling almost.
It's not even that we rather be struggling. It's just the fact of we know how to survive like that. It's to the point that we could get comfortable in the situation. That's the reason why it could be people right now who could be comfortable or living in a bad neighborhood or living or whatever, because we so used to that and we know how to survive inside that lifestyle.
That for us is second nature. You're right.
Like some old dude, no, I'm saying OG, he gonna listen to this. My fault, OG. Yo, my OG, my fault. But yo, my OG, he told me the other day, he was like, think about it. Most people live and die within the 20-mile radius of where they live.
Yeah, that's real.
Like just think about that.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you hardly ever hear somebody like, yo, this dude got killed in Japan, or this dude got killed. They be like, yo, this dude got killed.
Unless he's in the army.
Unless he's in the army or something like that. But this dude died over here, or
down the block.
That's
crazy.
Like most people live and die within 20 miles of where you live, yo.
Yo, that is absolutely true, and it's crazy to think about it. Even my dad is gonna be the greatest example. I to the death of me, I can't understand why my pops ain't leave. Like he got, he had a good opportunity a couple of years ago to just take everything, him and my mom, head down to Florida and retire, or at least get into like a better, situation. But all he knows is Co-op City. All he knows is the Bronx. All he knows is his area. So it's like he's just refusing to leave.
Yeah.
Even though he'd be better off. Even though he'd still make the same money, and he could have a nice house and have everything he want and be living comfortable.
And that's the reason
he'd
why.
Still rather stay here and deal with this.
And this is the reason why, bro. You cannot be mad at these people who. This is the reason why you have to be still. We about to wrap it up, right?
Yeah, no,
this is the reason why we still gotta be. Hold on, bro. Let me just say the one last thing. This is the reason why you have to be optimistic and understanding about. Not saying that you have to be, but it's the reason why you have to. You have to be to understand your enemy and the people that's against you, because I think the most fearful thing in this whole world that we live in, like even with death, I think most people don't fear death. I think that the most feared thing, bro, even more than God and everything, is change, bro.
Yeah.
And then it's like most people are just so scared to be changed. This is the reason why you like, yo, how come Donald Trump is the president and this, because so many people are so scared of change that they want to belittle themselves, they want to disrespect, they want to just do whatever, because they are so. And this is me speaking even for myself. I'm not just saying I'm above this.
Yeah.
There's something that we all battle with. Everybody is scared of change. Then it's like when you have a child.
It's even worse.
Not even that is worse, but then you see how much. The reason why like childhood is so beautiful, because you're so welcome to change.
Yes.
And you're so willing to learn. Like my daughter just trying to stand up by herself. Like she never did that before. She just doing things because she's so. Yeah, that's the reason why.
Ready to go draft everything.
Exactly. That's the reason why childhood is just so beautiful, because when you're a child, when you're a youth, you're so open to change. But as you get older, it's the opposite way.
Start closing your door.
You close your door. And that's why we stay where we at.
But you know what creeped me out, bro? And you saying to change things made me think about that. How many times you went somewhere, even if it's for like a week, and you came back, and so much has changed from, especially being from New York. You go out of town, you leave New York for a week, and you come back, you got, all this happened, that happened. Like, when this shit happened?
Right.
And it's like everything just changed. Like, no lie, I remember it was like this year, I left, we went 2 places, so I was kind of out of town for a little bit more than normal this year. And when I came back, it was like different things each time. Came back from Vegas, the speed limit changed. Like, when did the speed limit change? You know what I'm saying? Came back from Florida, this is different, this shit is different. I'm like, this shit is crazy. And it's a short period of time, so you're absolutely right. You could change racism in a second. But then again, the fear of us changing racism, even for blacks, even blacks are guilty of this. Even us as black or colored, whatever we want to describe ourselves, we are guilty of not pushing for the change as strongly as we should, because even us, even we are comfortable in this position because we know, oh, he's the enemy, fuck the police, fuck the white people. We know that as to be normal. We don't want to be like, yo, I'm cool with this dude.
You know why,
that's my man. You know, I rock with the police.
Who you gonna blame at the?
You're only gonna be able to blame yourself. Everybody, all of us are only. And yo, bro, you just, I don't know. I think you just hit. You solved racism. You might have solved racism and a few other things at the same damn time. Yeah, change. Change is the actual answer.
Yeah.
And committing to it and just being accepting to it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. I think we finished this one. What episode is this? I think this is 6. Right? So, I want to make sure because I don't want to change the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Keeping that theme right now. And I am King Vega.
I'm King Mel.
This is We Kill Geppetto podcast. And just for clarification, this is episode 6.
Yeah.
Thank you. You have to go on.
1 to the 6, baby.
That's it.
Me too.
All right.